Let's move on now to KZN because the Inkatha Freedom Party, that's IFP, the president, Velenkosini Hlabisa, says the allegations made by Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi are deeply concerning and strike at the core of ongoing issues around political evidence. He says the country is still grappling with a long list of unresolved political killings, leaving many families without answers or closures. Hlabisa was giving an update then on the outcomes of the party's extended National Council. Nobuhle Modise attended that briefing and joins us live now then. Nobuhle, if anybody was blowing their own trumpet, it certainly was the IFP today, saying, well, they had called for a judicial commission of inquiry with regards to the allegations made by Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi against the South African Police Service. But at the same time, they also went on to say they had called for, or the founding leader of the party had actually said that a national dialogue should have been in place 8 years ago.
Indeed, you are correct, Arabile, taking the words right out of my mouth. But yes, the IFP's president, Mr. Hlabisa, just highlighting there that it is the IFP, in fact, who recommended that a commission of inquiry be instituted, to kind of investigate those allegations that have been made by the KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner, Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, saying that, it aligns what the decision by the president to call that commission of inquiry, that judicial commission of inquiry rather, was something that they had called for and aligns with what, they have called for, saying, Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi made very serious allegations and that those need to be tested, especially judicially, because the SAPS cannot be the one investigating these claims. Let's take a listen to what Velenkosini Hlabisa had to say around those allegations made by the provincial commissioner.
The allegations made by General Mkhwanazi go to the heart of a matter of serious concern to the IFP, this being political violence. We are seated here with a long list of unresolved cases of murders of political office bearers. We remain with no answers and families are without closure. Political interference and disruption, as alleged, into the investigations of political killings require a full-scale investigation. The allegation by Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi have entrenched a trust deficit between the SAPS and the country, which must be reversed through due process.
You heard him there, Arabile, and like you mentioned, they're saying that it was the founder of the Inkatha Freedom Party, Umntwana kaPhindangene, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, who had in fact 8 years ago, spoke on the importance of the national dialogue, of a national dialogue, saying it speaks to, it can address issues like land reform, social cohesion and poverty alleviation, saying that it was almost prophetic in the way that he had done it, because he said it was important for this to be done, because where South Africa stands economically, politically, and even socially. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
The IFP, therefore, lends its support to the upcoming dialogue to be held on the 15th of August 2025, because we recognize that genuine nationhood can only be achieved when leaders listen to the cries of the people and work together.
Lastly, Arabile, they discussed a number of issues, also speaking to the fact of how many, municipalities under them had clean audits. 5 out of 7 of the municipalities that the IFP governs over has received almost clean audits. But almost most importantly, you'd remember just a few months back, or just a month ago, 2 months ago, the ANC holding its own press conference where it spoke of the issue of Itala Bank. And you'd remember at the time the ANC claiming victory victory to where issues stand now in terms of the Prudential Authority and Itala SOC. Let's take a listen to, the IFP's Velenkosini Hlabisa speaking to the fact that the ANC shouldn't be the one that's claiming victory over this.
All right, it does look as though we don't have that insert in its own then, Nobuhle, but we certainly get a sense then as well from Velenkosini Hlabisa that indeed there's so much at play here that the IFP believes could indeed be happening and that they stand firm in their place in the GNU as well then as the GPU as well. Thank you so much for bringing us that. So we'll continue, of course, to get more updates on this story there, Nobuhle Modise, out of the IFP's headquarters then in KwaZulu-Natal.